Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. No, I've talked about Arthur Smith a couple times already here in the preseason, but I really have enjoyed and wanted to learn more about his scheme, and we talk about the importance of the OC change and how that can hopefully unlock a lot more for Pittsburgh to at least be average and competent and organized, which feels like a low bar for most teams, but would be a pretty high bar here in Pittsburgh. I want to talk about today his constraint plays, what those are, how those are effective, and how it affects defenses. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. So what is a constraint play? Essentially, a constraint play is using one play to set up another, two plays that look similar in terms of formation, alignment, but have different outcomes. So it's very hard for defenses to know, for example, what is run, what is pass, a stretch play or a bootleg. They may look the same, but they work off of each other. And I know that Pittsburgh's points aren't there, and that has to change, but you're seeing this offense be able to effectively use constraint plays to get some easy yardage. So a couple examples to look through from this Denver game week 2. They're going to run this same formation several times in a row, or something very, very similar to it here in this tight 13 personnel with Freiermuth split out with Scotty Miller in this 2-receiver look, this 2x2 look here. And, the run concepts are basically the same. We're getting downhill, but we're going to just see this over and over and how they're going to work off of it here in a moment. So I'm just going to run through these plays here really quickly. A zone run here. Warren, he spun. Not sure why he did that, but not really focusing on that. So that's one example. They're going to go here on 2nd and 7. We're going to get the same thing. We're going to flip it, but we're getting the same look, same motion here from Freiermuth, 2x2, 13 personnel, running the ball again. Warren better downhill this time, getting the first down. So just, running the ball, same look. Defense really can't tell what they're getting. Line up, do it again. Maybe some tempo here as well. I know Justin Fields talked about that a little bit. Same motion here from Pat Freiermuth, 2x2 out of 13 personnel. This time, they're going to run play action. They're going to boot off of it, and you get Freiermuth open behind the defense who's expecting run, getting these same formations. Pittsburgh's pounding the ball downhill, and they're going to run their play pass constraint play off of it. The same look, the same motion. Freiermuth, though, getting behind off of play action, get you down near the goal line, and Pittsburgh eventually punched it in to Darnell Washington for his first touchdown. And just another quick note here on this, Freiermuth adjusts his route. This route's supposed to go downhill to the flat. The idea, and Pittsburgh runs this concept a ton. You're going to get this, half field, low-high read where you're going to get a flat route. Here's Pruitt to the corner, and this over from Scotty Miller. So you get the flat, the over, the corner. Because this linebacker, this backside guy started to, once he read it was passed, he gets some depth. Freiermuth doesn't really feel like the flat was there. Maybe it was, but he's going to adjust his route, get some more depth, and Fields hits him with a really accurate pass, a nice catch from Pat Freiermuth. And so I just like to point that out to say they're kind of adjusting mid-play, and you get quarterback and tight end on the same page, adjusting that route, because that's not exactly how the play is designed. It's not the intent of the depth from the route that Freiermuth is supposed to run. It's supposed to be flat, across. But because the backside linebacker was obviously out leveraging him, being, on the backside here, Freiermuth, and getting some depth, you see Freiermuth adjust, find some clean space. It's a good ball, and it's a good catch from Freiermuth. But again, all kind of set up from that same look over and over again. This kind of twins look. Two receivers here, Freiermuth and Miller. Run it, and then finally play pass for a good game. An even better example of constraint plays came a short time later, and it really involved Connor Hayward and some of the motions they were doing with him at a very similar look. So Hayward, you see him split out wide and then motion to fullback, and they're going to run play action here, and this one ends up being kind of checked down to Jaylen Warren, but pay attention to Connor Hayward. He's going to run to the flat here, and watch 49, who's responsible for him. He's going to match him out here in the flat. So that's the first play, is we're going to get Hayward motion from being split out to fullback, and then, jetting out to the flat. About 3 or 4 plays later, another rundown situation. We're going to get the same look. Hayward split out to fullback. And watch 49 here. He thinks, okay, they just ran play action off of this look. They're probably going to run it again. He's responsible. They're in man. Denver, a man-heavy team. And Hayward has the same motion as well. Off the ball, off the snap, he's going to run to the flat like he's running the route he ran in the first example we looked at. Only this time, it's a run, and it is a massive lane for Najee Harris. And so we're going to get the same action overall. Should point out as well, we got Pruitt coming around on the split zone look, but 49 is keying Hayward in this case. And once he goes out, 49 goes with him, vacates his run fit, his gap, and good down block here. As bad of a game as Broderick Jones had. Nice job here. Pruitt, no one to even pull to. They're just green grass here at this point. I mean, look at this hole. I mean, this is the NFL, and you got literally the entire hashes of grass here. But as the end man took Hayward, 49 took Hayward, thinking it'd be play pass again, and you get just a giant lane here for Najee Harris, one of the best runs of the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so, again, first play, you ran play action. Second time, you run the ball, the constraint play. Use that first play, set up the other, make the defense think one thing is coming because the look is identical, and then the result is different. This is great schematic play calling from Arthur Smith. So the very next play, what do? Go right back to it. We've seen play pass. We've seen run game. What's coming the third time? Same thing. Hayward motioned in, split out wide to fullback. Is it run? Is it pass? It's a run here. Not quite as successful, but again, and there's a flag. Broderick Jones called for holding. With a questionable call, but not worried about that. Watch the linebackers here. They don't know what to do. They don't know if they're going to get a run key here. They're getting play pass. I mean, watch 49, who's probably wondering, I don't know what's coming. I just was fooled on the last play, got gashed for a big run. I mean, he never comes downhill. He strafes maybe a yard, but he is not attacking downhill because he doesn't know, is this going to be another play action? Is this going to be a run? And Pruitt takes him through the hole, and the run not as successful. But you really kind of froze those linebackers because they didn't know, do I get downhill? Do I attack? I have to really wait and see. Am I getting play action? Am I getting a run like I just saw? And you get a decent gain. I think it was 4 yards on 1st and 10. Would have been 2nd and 6. They called the hold right here, which I think was probably a bad call on Broderick Jones. The other 2 penalties, legitimate. This one I think was, I can understand the frustration there, but I just like the concept. And this one also, Hayward didn't as aggressively run to the flat. He was really more blocking the left outside linebacker on this play. But again, we're still freezing that linebacker. He's not that Singleton, their every down guy, and he's just not sure, do I come downhill or not? And that's going to make life a lot easier when you're making those linebackers, those defenders think and really have to wait and, not feel like they can get a jump on what the play is. And so 3 examples, same drive, same look to really keep the defense on their toes. So just wanted to walk through that constraint play from Arthur Smith. I think he called a good game, especially in the first half. Second half, there were penalties and just lack of first down success. I don't think they got Pickens involved enough in the second half, so I don't want to pretend it was all perfect for Arthur Smith. But I think the issue so far, why this team isn't scoring, especially versus Denver, was more, on the field than it was from the sideline in terms of the play call, the scheme, the game plan. They're penalized 10 times. They had big plays taken off the board, a touchdown to Pickens, a 51-yard completion to Pickens. They had a 3rd down taken away by Dan Moorhold, so never got into a real rhythm because of that. But just isolating, kind of the schematics of it, we're looking at these constraint plays, the effectiveness, how they can really play some head games with defenses. And, I've seen a lot of this from Arthur Smith already. Wanted to highlight these examples, especially the Hayward one, because it illustrates what a constraint play or plays are really well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.